Hey, hey, girl, hey, y'all. So we're back again for another live, and I have a special guest with me again tonight, Miss Laura Scott. Hey, girl. So she's my sister, y'all. If y'all don't know, Laura Scott does hair here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Has been slaying wigs and braids and all type of hair for years and years and years. So come get on the slay train, honey, and get your hair slayed. I'm gonna share this video into a couple of platforms, so y'all give me just a second. And Laura, if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself while I'm sharing it, go ahead. Yes.
Hello, guys. Thank you guys for having me. Well, thank you, Laura, for having me on her show today. I'm Laura. I'm her baby sister, the youngest of them all. It's a lot of us. I've been doing hair since I was actually 9 years old. Yes, 9 years old. My first client was my aunt. I started getting paid to do hair when I was 11 years old. She was my first client. Her name is Aunt Squink, Opal Johnson. Appreciate the love. And of course, my sisters, they've been my guinea pigs for all my life, and my dolls. They basically just let me do anything I want to do. They're just receiving because they're receiving free hairdo, so I would too. I'm 30 years old now, and I took a break. I took a long break from doing hair because I had my son, and I couldn't figure out how to do the hair and have a babysitter for him and do it all at once. But now I got it all figured out. I'm 30 years old now. 30 and 30. Hey. 30 years old, I got it figured out. He's 7 now, so I'm ready. We're doing hair during the day, night. If you're ready to get slayed, come through. That's
exactly. So Laura is gonna show us some different hairstyles that you ladies can do on your hair, some different products that she has, and I'm gonna let her do a thing.
Okay. Okay, so the first thing she wanted me to talk about is natural hair. Natural hair is a big feat. If you're not natural, you don't know the natural struggle until you went natural. Me personally, I'm no longer natural, but I was natural for 5 years. It's a workout.
It's a workout.
It's a
It's
lot
a
of work.
lot of
It's
work. It's
beautiful.
beautiful.
Your hair grows. Your edges
Edges
are
are
always
always
full.
full.
Your hair is nice. And you can basically just go.
Once you get trained,
you
you
basically just
basically
wake
can
up
wake
and
up
go.
and go.
A
A
couple
couple
of
of
products
products that a
that a
lot
lot
of
of
people
people
use,
use,
a
a
lot
lot
of
of
methods
methods
that
that
they
they
use
use
for
for
natural
natural
hair.
hair.
What
What
is
is
it
it
called?
called?
The
The
wet
wet
method?
method?
Oh,
Oh,
hold
hold
on.
on. I lost the name of the method. Well, if you're natural, to keep it, your biggest thing is moisture. Moisture when you're natural. Because if you don't have a lot of moisture in your hair, then it's gonna work, especially if it's natural. And it depends on what grade of natural it is as well. Me myself, I have 4C natural hair. It's very kinky, but thin as well. So, so if it's thin and kinky, it breaks easily. So you definitely want to have a lot of moisture in it. And if you are a natural hair girl, then you should definitely have a water bottle. This is your best friend when you're natural. Okay. So usually the method that I used to go with, I'm not sure. I'm not natural at the moment, so I'm not sure. But this is the method that I used to go with. It was a 3-step method. Basically, you wet your hair. You're wet with your water bottle. Make sure it's moist because it's best to work with natural hair when it's wet. I know a lot of people get scared. Water ain't natural. Water ain't natural. Yes, water and natural. You need that water.
She went natural, and but she fooled herself because she thought it was low maintenance, but she fooled herself. Yes,
Yeah,
she fooled herself.
it's not low. It's not low maintenance at all. If you're going natural, know that you're going to put in some work. And you're going to go through some products. Because I can't speak for everyone, but basically the main thing you need though with the natural, I would say, is basically oil, basic oil, your choice of oil. Me personally, I like argan oil. This is the argan oil. This is from Pantene's Gold Collection. I actually love them on the natural, the Pantene's Gold Collection. All of their products look like this. Now, this is just the argan oil right here. But they have a line. They have also a co-wash. Like basically, a co-wash is basically a conditioner washing for natural hair. but they have a co-wash as well. I love it. I love their whole series. If you're going natural, I love Pantene Gold series. Not saying it works for everybody, but you're gonna go through some products if you're natural. You're gonna go through some products. It's not easy maintenance at all. But basically, I usually use like
this three-step method.
water, of course. This water.
Plenty of water.
Plenty of water. No, you're probably gonna go through this whole water bottle when you're doing this method to keep the moisture in your hair. Okay, so you're gonna use a water bottle and a leave-in conditioner. Now this right here is a Cantu leave-in conditioner. I use this. A lot of people use different kinds of conditioners, but basically a conditioner, a leave-in conditioner. You need that. So you'll spray it with the water. And then you'll go through with this leave-in conditioner. This is just to keep the moisture, okay? Now you just
for your twist outs as well. If you do twist outs, this is the method that you would basically use for this three-step method. Okay, so you'll wet it, and then you'll come through with your deep conditioner. It's your second step, and you make sure you lather it in this deep conditioner. Lather it in this deep conditioner, and then you want to come through with something that's going to seal it in as well. Now, a lot of people use Jamaican black castor oil. I don't have it with me now, but I definitely love it. Castor oil. It's the bomb for your hair. And it locks in all that moisture and that conditioner and all that. You need an oil to seal all of that in. That's what you need for your natural hair. Those are three things that you must have if you're going natural. You want to have a conditioner, an oil of your choice, argan oil or castor oil, or peppermint oil. I like peppermint oil as well. Peppermint oil,
yeah. Peppermint oil is good for scalp treatment. Like it gives you that methanol feel, kind of like. Once you put it in your scalp, you can. I feel my hair growing. That's what I call it. I feel like my hair is growing, my pores are opening up, and.
Somebody called. It's okay. So we're gonna ask the people to ask us some questions for Miss Laura tonight, and I do have one for her that's already coming through. So the one we'll ask you is: so what made you get into doing hair?
Okay, so what made me get into hair doing hair personally? Me as a little girl, I had very short hair. We all had short hair. We all had bald hair. We were bald head. Okay. Me and all my little bit. But me and my sister, we all had short hair. My mom do our hair like these little bone puff balls. Like puff balls. We used to call them bone balls. But it's like little popcorn balls. And she did put it in the rinse on the bricks because she said all the time. I guess it's expensive if you're buying the bricks for six girls. I guess that would get very expensive. And they're losing. So we didn't have rinse
or nothing or anything. Just bald head.
Just bald head. And my sister, I love Sister Tapper. She's the oldest of us in the house. We have an older sister like this too. So Tapper was our oldest. The oldest that was in the house. She used to be the slave queen. You know, I learned everything from her. I say she was my biggest inspiration. I learned everything from her. I used to sit and beg her to braid my dog's hair, beg her to teach me how to braid. Just teach me how to braid every day. She get out of school, like, you said you was going to teach me today. You said you was going to teach me today. You said you was going to teach me today. Oh, okay. So I was like, you said you was going to teach me every day. But she would have really short hair. And people used to make fun of us. Believe it or not. The children at school used to make fun of us and our short hair. So I'm like, not big. I'm gonna have the best. It might be light, draping down my back. If I wanted to be draping down my back one day, it's gonna be draping down my back one day. If I wanted to be short one day, then it's gonna be short one day. So that's what made me get into hair. That basically that being a little girl and having short hair. And then when I got older, I'm like, okay. My mom used to say all the time, it's just hair. It's just hair. I'm like, okay, mom, it's just her until you go to school with bunkies. It's just hair, but it is just hair. Now that I know I'm older, it really is just hair. But yeah, but I feel like the hair is the first thing that people notice on you when they see you first. It's all your face. They look at, but my first thing that I always look, it could be me though, because I do hair. The first thing that I always look at is hair. And I feel like if your hair is right, you can feel right. You feel beautiful. Mm-hmm. When your hair is beautiful, it ain't let me tell you, with a nice hairdo and a big purse, can't nobody tell you nothing. At all. At all. Oh that's God. Just how I feel. So that's really what made me get into hair, is basically being little and with a little bit of hair. But now I ain't got that much hair, but I got some now. And of course I got these lovely. I got this lovely wig as well. But that's the main thing that made me get into doing hair.
Sorry about that. We had a slight malfunction, but I think we're back. So we'll get back and see what you guys are saying in the chat. We got Winning on here. Thank you, hey girl. So happy to have you on here, all the ladies. We got the wine going tonight, honey, because I needed a wine because it was a whole circus to get us on this camera. Yes, your friend Lauren. But we in here. She in here, so I got another question for you. So, what is your biggest struggle being a hairdresser in this industry, honey? What is the biggest struggle?
The biggest struggle that I would say in the hairdresser is you're not a big saver. You work with a lot of cash. So the cash coming in, it can go out as fast as well. So my biggest thing with me was my first story I was doing her with all the cash on hand. And this camera. If you're basically being paid daily, but your rent is not due until once that month, and you're getting money on a daily, you think you can spend on a daily as well, but your bills are not running on a daily. Your bills are running monthly. So the biggest thing I say with being a hairdresser was basically for me was basically the saving and the cash coming in. Basically just cash every day. So what I learned to do is my bank is awesome. It's IBC Bank now, but I was through Bank of America. But as soon as I would get my cash for the day, I would go to the bank, the ATM, and deposit it immediately. Because that's how you keep your savings, that too. And then another big thing about being a hairdresser is you are your business. So how you market yourself and advertise and how you basically treat your clients is a big thing. And they say that the best marketing theme is basically word of mouth. Like if you make someone feel perfect and pretty and your customer service is on point, then you will go far in this industry. I feel like you will go really far if you make someone feel good and you make them look good as well. And also a big thing too about being a hairstylist is admit when you mess up on someone's hair. Yes. Okay. Please. And that's a big thing with me. Like if you feel like you got out of my chair and you're not your best and you don't look your best and you feel like that I could have done better or it's not what you wanted, I definitely, that's my biggest thing is always keep my customers satisfied. Because this word of mouth is the biggest thing. Because you don't want to do someone's hair, rush on someone's hair, slap this hair in, slap this in, and then send them on their way. Oh, it looks good enough. And then they get home and they feeling in their hair and, hold on. I got this big old gap right here. This ain't right. Ooh, oh you know what they gonna do? They gonna call it home. I went to Laura and she said she can do this, but my hair ain't looking nothing like that. And so she telling her friend, and of course the friend gonna go, my homegirl went to her and it wasn't right. So that's another big thing is the customer service behind it as well. I think you should have excellent customer service, and some stylists don't like to admit when they make a mistake. Me, myself, if you calling me and you telling me, oh, my braids fell out or it's kind of loose right here, come back in. I will fix it for you. Because I'd rather me fix it and make it better than you go and tell everybody else that, oh, she didn't do this right. She didn't do that right. I'm big on that. I'm very huge on that customer service part of it.
Exactly. That's good. I like that because don't nobody want to go in the hair shop and get their hair messed up. And I, for one, y'all, I don't know how to do hair, so Laura been dragging me through the hair. Every hairstyle be a mess, so like I have to call her for emergencies. I moved to Oklahoma City, child, and it was the biggest mistake of my life. I had to drive down the highway all the time to get my hair done because y'all was trying to mess me up down there in Oklahoma City. I love y'all, but y'all can't do no hair. I love you, but you can't do any hair. Anyway, I'm not hating on my Oklahoma Cityans, but you need to go back to hair school. But anyway, we're going to get on to the next question. I love y'all down there. Please don't be mad at me, but you can't do any hair. So what are a few tips on shampoos and conditioners that people can use for their hair? The ladies need some tips on their shampoos, child.
Okay, so any I would say any shampoo. Make sure your shampoos are sulfate and paraben free. Okay, sulfate is basically just like a salt, basically, and they use it in most soaps and shampoos, basically, to create that big foam look. That's all the sulfate is. The sulfate is to make it feel like you cleaning something.
How do they spell it? Is it anyone?
It's SULFATE, sulfate.
Okay.
Make sure there's no sulfates in your shampoo because just like it's making those suds, it rubs against your hair strand as well. And that creates a lot of friction on the hair strand, which also makes your hair dry out, easy to lose oils, and it also creates those split ends. So make sure it is sulfate free. That's my biggest thing on the shampoo is make sure it's sulfate free and no alcohol. No alcohol in any of your hair products. Alcohol dries out. Now, if it's a hairspray, because you're wanting it to be that dry effect, because you want it to hold. If it's a hairspray, yeah, because hairsprays are basically temporary. But if not on your weave, though, not on the weave, because that can be terrible. So I say any shampoo that is sulfate free and also paraben free. Paraben is the same thing. It's basically a buildup, but it's more like a hormonal thing with the parabens. Basically, parabens can cause cancer. Yeah. So move away from anything with sulfate or parabens in your shampoo. You need to move away from those.
Yes. Okay. So Tamisha said, oh wait, Andrea's on her. She said that's fact. She must be talking about the OKC thing. Tamisha said the important thing for me is to promote healthy hair. There are a lot of people dealing with alopecia because sew-ins are done improperly. Oh my God. And done too often. Talk a little bit about the sew-ins. What's some good
care for sew-in? Some good things for a sew-in is with your edge. I do know what you're talking about, Tamisha, with the edges, with the sew-ins. Okay. So my thing is I like to do a braid down.
Okay.
Braid down on the edges. Braid down and back on my edges. Well, the reason why I braid down because it takes some of that pressure off your edges. If you're braiding those braids back, you're pulling those braids back as well. So my thing is I always like to braid down and give it like that ankle braid right here around these edges. So when you braid down, it's just basically you braiding down so it's relieving some of the tension on it from pulling back. And then also with your sew-ins should only be kept up for a maximum of 3 months. Wow. And yes, ma'am, you can shampoo your sew-ins. You can shampoo your sew-ins, and the best products I would say to use for a sew-in on shampooing is a dry shampoo. Dry shampoos do work. A lot of older people who use them in the nursing homes and stuff because they can't get into the tub and get that hair wet as often as they should. So a dry shampoo for a sew-in is great. Definitely wash it, but when you wash it, make sure it's dry as well. Because if you wash your sew-in and leave it damp and just let it build up, that causes mildew as well. Yes, and mildew on wetness is terrible for your hair. Your hair can mildew. Know that. Your hair can mildew and it will break and it will stink. And you will be at work smelling like a mop. Don't do it. So when you wash
Don't be a mop.
Don't be a mop. Don't be a mop. When you wash that sew-in, make sure it dries. Okay.
Ooh, don't be a mop at the workplace.
Don't be a mop, sis.
And some of y'all be smelling like mops.
It don't be you. It don't be you. It could be that hair.
Oh my God. Tamisha said Lauren grew up on us. Yes, ma'am. She grew up. She used to wear the box braids with the colors. Yes. Looked like So don't do it yourself. Go get a professional. And Tamisha, hashtag don't be a mop.
Don't be a mop. That's a good one. Don't be a mop. Because that hurt will mildew and it's not friendly.
Oh my God.
Don't nobody want to be the stink person at work. That's a terrible thing.
Let's get into combs. What kind of combs or brushes should I be using on my natural hair?
Okay, so what you do need to know though, brushing on wet hair is a terrible thing to do. Brushing on wet hair will actually break your hair because when you're brushing, most of the time you're wanting to smooth. And that's basically what you're doing is pulling your strand. But brushing on wet hair is kind of like, it's putting a lot of tension on it though. And on your natural hair. So don't brush it like this. If you're struggling with it, get some leave-in conditioner in there. Oh. Get some leave-in conditioner in a wide tooth comb. I can't say this enough, a wide tooth comb.
Do you have one?
Do I have one?
I don't even have one.
It's usually a big shampoo, like a big shampoo comb. It has only about 5-7 teeth in it max. You need a big shampoo comb to basically to do any kind of detangling or anything with your hair. Use a comb. I love a comb. And then they also have these new detangling brushes. I can't believe I left my detangling brush.
Oh, I got a detangling comb.
This is a good detangling comb right here.
I love her.
It got a little hair in it, but
it got two sides too.
It got two sides too. You see how those break down in the middle? That's creating two different sides. Basically, it's like a rake. Basically, a rake for your hair. And this is a good way to move your conditioner into your hair as well. So when you shampoo, don't just shampoo and we want to comb through it too, because if you just run your fingers through it, you're basically matting your hair up. So when you wet that, it's basically just going to be a tangled mess when you all said and done. So you want to comb through while you're shampooing. Comb through that. Comb through it, and then you want to comb through and make sure you comb it through one direction. If you, a lot of people wash their hair in the shower, but most African Americans, they will wash their hair over a sink. Only because African Americans don't wash their hair as often as Caucasian people. So a lot of Caucasian people, they do wash their hair in the shower. And that's a good thing too. You can wash it in the shower, comb it out, run it through. But if you're washing your hair over a sink, as most African Americans do, because we're not washing as often as other people do. We're probably washing once a week or every 2 weeks with our hair washing, because we don't want to lose as much as oils, because we can lose a lot of oils in our hair and we don't produce as much. Yeah. But a lot of other races, they produce more oil, so they do need to wash it more often. Yeah. But Black people, they don't produce a lot of oils in their hair. So if you're washing it over the sink, you must make sure when you're washing it to comb it all in one direction. So when you go to rinse it out, it can all rinse out in one direction as well, and it doesn't create that big tangled mess when you get up and you have this big old tangled mess. Mm-hmm. And then also another thing is condition. Please follow your shampooing with condition and with conditioning. And a lot of times you really don't even need the shampoo. You can actually co-wash. Co-washing is just washing with conditioner. I've been doing it for a couple of years now. I don't use the shampoo as much. I probably use my shampoo probably once a month. And then, but the rest of the other 2 times, like I'll skip 1-2 weeks every week. But if I'm going every week and I'm in my natural state, I'm going to be washing with just the conditioner. I'm not going to be washing with the shampoo as well.
Right. And so, like, when you do that with the shampoo and the conditioner, what's a good kind of conditioner I can use? Or some recommendations on conditioner? It
depends on how porous your hair is. Me personally, I like to use the Pantene line, like as I stated before, the Pantene Gold line. I don't have all the products that I use, but I love this Pantene Gold line. They have a hydrating line, and it's called the Gold series. They have a leave-in conditioner, they have the shampoo, and they also have a co-wash as well. Now, the co-wash is mainly what I would use on my hair all the time, is that co-wash. I love a co-wash. A conditioner wash, it's the same thing as the shampoo.
And you can save money.
And you can save money too. Same thing as the shampoo. Yes. And you can save money, and it's soft, and it has that slick feel to the conditioner. And let your conditioner set as well. That's a big thing too. People put the conditioner in and they want to rinse it out immediately like they would do their shampoo. But you can actually let your conditioner, just a regular conditioner. It doesn't have to be a leave-in conditioner. It can actually just be a regular conditioner. You can actually leave that conditioner on your hair for about 10 to 15 minutes and put a shower cap on it or a conditioning cap, and you can let it set in there and then rinse it out.
Oh, that's good. I like that. Tell them a little bit about the temperature of the water and what what the water temperature should be while they washing their
The
hair.
water temperature as well is something that is very important while you're washing your hair. You should not be washing your hair with boiling, like steaming hot water. That will basically take all the nutrients and everything out of it. Just like hot water does. You know how hot water cleans up greases and oils? It will take it all out. And we do need a little bit of the oil in there still. So you need a little bit of that dirt in there still, because that actually makes it grow and makes it moisturize. So you should be only washing your hair with only lukewarm or only cold water. Lukewarm or cold water, not super hot water.
Good. Because I used to wash my hair with a hot water and be dry.
And it feel like, and then when you finish and then your hair dry, it's like it's gonna blow right off your head, like hey.
like a desert storm.
Like a desert storm.
Not the desert. Take us to the desert. Okay, let's see what the people got for us. What are ways to protect your hair? Your natural hair, like when whether it's from heat, or how can I protect my natural hair when I'm trying to grow it out and I don't want to keep pulling on it?
Okay, so a lot of people who's natural, they do silk presses or they use a blow dryer to basically tame that hair kind of. When you use a blow dryer, you should definitely always use a heat protectant. Even in the smallest amount of heat can cause damage. Okay, so always use a heat protectant. This right here was what I have.
See it good.
Can y'all see it? That is This is Treseme's heat protectant, leave-in spray. It's basically just a heat protectant. But anytime you're using a blow dryer or flat iron, anything that's hot or curling iron, you should always use a heat protectant. This is one thing. Always use a heat protectant. And then also too, before to get that shine, that pretty shine that you like when you flat iron and things like that. For the people who still flat iron, who still use relaxers and stuff like that, just get you some BioSilk. I love BioSilk, y'all. Let me tell y'all about BioSilk. BioSilk can go on your skin, your weave, your natural hair. It can do the most. And it will leave your hair looking bomb. Like, baby, it would just be flowing in the wind. Like,
you ain't never put no BioSilk on my hair.
BioSilk is...
When did you put that on my hair? Because that's beautiful. I would like to have some of that. I'm so dry. The dryness is real. Some people just naturally dry. And y'all, to all my Caucasian friends, y'all might not know the term ashy, but black people get real ashy in other parts of their body. So y'all might want to drop something around y'all feet before y'all come on outside. Put y'all little that BioSilk around y'all feet and hands, child. The knuckles be bad. The knuckles be bad in the winter. We're coming up on ashy season. Y'all coming out cuffing season. This is ashy season. So, okay, let me see what the people's talking about. We still with you, Tamisha. I don't know who else is on here, but if you guys have any questions or comments for Miss Laura, y'all go ahead and let her know. If y'all have any questions, and I'm gonna go on with the ones that I have, because I have a lot of questions about my hair too. So, like when it comes to braiding, tell us a little bit about this knotless braid trend. What do you think about the knotless braid trend?
Okay, so I absolutely so it took some time for it to grow on me because they looked so thin at first. I'm gonna be the first one to say yes, I was against the thin looking knotless braids at first. But now that I've had them and I've done them on a couple of people, I say they are the bomb. They say once you go knotless, you won't go back to the regular. You know why though? The regular box braids are super heavy. Yes. If you're a box braid wearer, you know. Okay, so the box braids are super hairy and they are heavy, and they also create a lot of tension. A lot of tension on your hair, and it can cause breakage around your edges. Knotless braids, they use a different method. Basically, they're going inside of the box, and they're sticking the hair inside of there. So that takes away from all that pull and everything on your edges. So knotless braids, if you're wanting to move towards braids, I would definitely recommend knotless braids versus the braids with the knot. There's less tension on your hair. But the bad thing about knotless braids, the only thing that I can say was bad about the knotless braids is the knotless braids do not last as long as the box braids, with the knot. Because basically it's because more of your natural hair is exposed, rather than it just being wrapped around and basically covered up inside of the braid. Well, this is basically you adding the hair to the end of your real natural hair at the root. So they don't last as long, but they work wonders if you're trying to grow back your edges and you still want to do that to go box braid look. They are wonderful. So yeah, that's what I have to say about the knotless.
Yeah, it's been something to be said about them. I like them, child, but my hair got nappy so quick, and I'm
if you're natural.
Yeah, what am I, a 5C?
Yeah,
I might be a 7. It's terrible what you hear underneath this. Okay, well, let's get into the wigs. Tell us a little bit about the wigs. I know you got a whole wig line, Laura's Luxury Collection.
The wigs.
Yes. Let's get into the wigs. Yeah, show them the bag.
You see that?
Yes.
Let's get into it. Okay. So wigs have became my best friend. And y'all see I'm wearing one right now.
Yes. Let's show the people.
Okay. Y'all see that? That's from
One lace.
That's one lace. That's from Laura's Luxury Hair Collection. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so so y'all, I just got into this whole wig thing. I've been doing it for about 2 years now. But basically I was making wigs for myself, right? At the house, making wigs for myself. Everybody was like, hey, I like that wig. Can you make me a wig? I'm like, sure. And of course, Nora.
Yeah.
This is the family. I call her the family goat, y'all. I promise y'all, I call her the family goat. She comes to.
I will support whatever you got.
I will support whatever you got.
She got that I don't even listen to. My brother raps, and I'm like, what you rapping about? I don't know what y'all talking about. Some hoes, but there's some hoes in this house. It's okay. I will play because I gotta support you.
Biggest support. This is your number one fan. This is probably the family. She roots for everybody in the family. If you got an idea and if you wanted to get out the ground, go ahead and have a conversation with Noor. I'm paying her. I'm a payment plan with her right now. I'm about to blow up. Yeah. Following behind her. Okay. I forgot what I was talking.
We were talking about
the wigs. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna call this bad.
What is it called?
We're gonna call this bad boy Sasha. You know why I'm calling
Sasha?
Because it put me in the mindset of Beyonce.
I'm telling you.
This up with y'all the mindset of Beyonce. Look at how big that is and curly. Okay. So I'm calling her Sasha. This is Sasha. It's a couple different kind of wigs. My favorite would be the 5x5 closure. This is a big boy closure, baby. It can give you the illusion. Okay, so let me give you a breakdown on this. Okay. So we have
get her into the camera.
Let me get Sasha.
Get her right.
Let me get Sasha.
Get her all the way in the camera. Is she in there the right way? Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Is she in there the right way?
Okay, so this is Sasha. Okay, so we have a couple different kind of wigs. Okay, so they have a full lace wig, which is basically your whole entire wig is lace. This is lace. This is called lace, y'all. You guys, if you weren't knowing what a lace is, okay. So this is lace. If you color lace a certain color, it can match your skin to the T, and it looks like it's coming out of your scalp. And you don't have to have any of your hair out. This is the best thing that I like about wigs, especially if you're natural. You don't have to expose any of your real hair. That's my main thing that I love about wigs, is you don't have to expose any of your hair. So of course they're low maintenance. You can literally throw the wig on your head and go. That's my favorite thing that I like to do, is to throw it on and go. Okay. We have a couple different kind of closures. Wigs methods that you can do. They have a 4x4 closure. It's just basically just the parting space. That's what the widths and the measurements that I'm giving you is basically your parting space, or basically the amount of scalp that it's going to look like. Okay, so this what I have on right now is actually a 4x4 closure. I basically just twisted it a little bit to the side, but it's a 4x4, and it's basically just from here to here is a lace, and it's basically just a 4 inches of lace. It's basically, that's what it is. A 4x4 is basically 4 inches of lace in your wig. Okay, and then we also have a 5x5, which is this. This is that big boy right here. Is a 5x5. These are my favorite ones. Are 5x5. You see how wide
wig I was wearing last week, y'all. That wig.
You see how?
Oh my God! When I say that wig got me.
You see how wide that is? That's a 5x5. It can look like it's a full frontal, but it's not. But it's a lower maintenance than a full frontal. A full frontal is a 13x4. Basically, it's 13 inches across, which is your head right here, and it can be parted up to 4 inches back. That's a 13 by 4. Now, if you want to do a full ponytail look, I would definitely recommend a 13 by 4. But if you're just wearing your hair down for low maintenance and you're a beginning wig wearer, I would definitely recommend either a 4 by 4 closure wig or a 5 by 5 closure wig. You can, this one right here, she don't do her at all.
None.
And when I say she can lay a wig now, she can put this 5 by 5 on and feel like a whole hairdresser right there.
Every day. I'm spreading. I got it going on. Don't do nobody
this is what I'm working on now.
Okay, put the wig up there for the people so they can see that wig, honey. You got to stand up.
This wig is actually under construction. Okay.
You want me
This is what I'm working on right now. Now, this is a 5 by 5 closure. This is a 5 by 5. I don't know what we're going to call this. What should we call it? Wendy?
Yeah, Wendy.
I'm going to call it Wendy. I had a friend named Wendy, and she had blonde hair.
What's Diamond off the Players Club? What was a friend who got beat up real bad? I don't even know her name.
Y'all even know her name. Rodney. Oh, we don't call this Rodney.
Off the Players Club.
Rodney off the Players Club. If you don't know what Players Club is, look up Players Club and look at Rodney. And this is what it's going to look like.
All right, Tamisha, you want Sasha. Okay, we see you.
Okay, so this is a 5 by 5 closure. This is under construction right now. So basically, what it is it's going to be a 5 by 5 closure wig. So basically, we have a dome cap. This is our dome cap. This is the construction of a wig. This is our dome cap. This is going to be a hook needle. A hook needle. If you're making a wig, this is a hook needle.
Okay.
That's what I use.
Show people how to make a wig.
This is how we making a wig. I'm giving y'all.
It's gonna get cold outside. Y'all need
it's getting cold outside. I use my wigs as a hat, okay? Because they will keep you warm in the winter and cute. You will be warm and cute.
Yeah, so you don't need a man to come take your income taxes. You need to get a wig.
Get you a wig, honey. Okay, it's the best investment. They say, this is what they always say. They say always invest in your hair because it's the crown that you will never take off. That's the correct. That is a true statement.
Poetry.
Invest in your hair because it's the crown that you never take off.
Boy, going back upstairs. That's Jason. He coming to say hi to us.
That's Jason coming to say hi. That's my son. That's my son, the one that put me out of business for 7 years.
But they do. Kids take it straight off.
They take it all away from me.
Y'all have any? Tamisha said send her a link. Oh my goodness, yes. Y'all like and share this video on all y'all social media platforms. Go ahead and share my video. Share, like, and get into these wigs, honey.
See this?
And yes, Laura's luxury hair.
Okay.
Collection.
And I did bring some gifts for you too as well, Noor.
You did? Oh, what kind of gifts did you bring?
So this is my bag. If you buy a wig, if you purchase a wig with me, you're definitely going to get a bag.
Oh.
Inside of this bag, you'll have your wig, of course, your beautiful wig.
And you ship all around the United States?
And I ship everywhere. Just contact me on Facebook, and I definitely do ship as well. Okay. You will get a bonnet. See? A good silk bonnet. I'll put it on so I can see the silk.
Ooh, that is a silk bonnet.
A good silk.
Do I get to have that today?
Yes, you do.
I need a bonnet.
Yes, you do. Okay, so we have a silk bonnet.
Okay.
This works especially good on curls and everything like that.
Ooh, like the big girl curls. Like the big girl
curls.
Sasha.
Like Sasha. You don't want to take your wig off and you have it glued down and you don't have that glueless method going on. If you want to take it off, you don't want to take it off, definitely use your bonnet. There you go.
Right, especially if you're having a wild night.
If you're having a wild night. You got your hands there.
Yeah.
You got your
husband on there again.
Your husband.
Or anything in between.
That's a bonnet. I got your silk bonnet. And then we also have, if you could buy a wig with me as well, you would also get an edge wrap. Now, a lot of people are asking, what is an edge wrap? Exactly what it's saying, an edge wrap. You put it on your edges, okay? So an edge wrap comes in handy if you are a lace wearer. You want to make sure that this edge wrap is exactly on that hairline, on those edges, baby. You want to make sure that it's on that edge. Because even though you're standing up and walking around and that lace is standing in one place, when you're asleep on the bed, that lace is not just going to be standing in one place. Because you don't just stay in one place when you sleep, unless you passed away. Okay, but you ain't sleeping, then you're dead.
She said, okay, wait a minute. Shaquita said, I never wore a wig. What's best for me as a beginner?
If you've never worn a wig, I was just stating this. The best wig that you should start off with would basically be a 4x4 closure wig. A closure wig would be the first thing that you would want to start off because you don't want to jump right into a full frontal. Because even though they look good and they look pretty, they are hard to maintain.
Ooh.
They are hard. Those are the baby hairs.
Talk about the baby hair
Those
situation.
baby hairs. Those baby hairs are hard to maintain. And also know as well, if you get a lace install, yes, you're going to be paying $100. The lace is not going to lay for 100 days, okay? The lace is only going to lay for about 2 weeks. You get a 2-week max out of a lay on a lace wig lay, just so you guys know. So don't say, oh, $100 just to lay the, yes, ma'am. Because you're not only when you're doing a wig lay, and a lace frontal lay, you're not just gluing down the wig. You're actually plucking that wig. They better be. If you're paying for a lace lay, they need to be plucking that wig for you, and they also need to make sure that those knots are bleached. Ooh, if your knots are not bleached, if you don't know what a non-bleached knot is, dang, there ain't no knots on this wig.
That one ain't got no knots either, do it.
Because I already bleached them. Okay, so knots on the wig is basically those little black specks that makes it look like your wig is basically a screen door. It looks like a screen door.
Screen door.
Like a little screen door.
You don't want that showing.
You don't want that look. So if they're laying your lace, you're going to pay $100 to get it laid because they're not only going to lay it, they're going to pluck it. They're going to pluck it to specific to your hairline. They're also going to lay it and they're also going to style the wig once it's on your head. Okay? So it's not just an easy feat and it's not as easy as it looks. Those baby hair lays, you can ask her. Oh, those baby hair lays are not simple. So when I lay a wig, I always ask the customer, do you want the baby hairs? Because the baby hairs are not easy to maintain. Now, they will stay. They will stay for that first week, but I'm going to let you know now that after that second week, those baby hairs will start to lift. And you can either comb them back. It's up to you if you want to just push them back, or you can attempt to relay. But to attempt to relay a baby hair, it's not as easy as it looks. But the best thing that you should know when you're laying a baby hair, the wetter, the better. The wetter, the better. So if you put that mousse like this, the wetter, the better when you land a baby hairs. The wetter, the better was when you land baby hairs. And then, but for a beginner, Shaquita, if you want to know, if you are a beginner with wig wear, I would definitely start off with like a partial on the lace. That's the best way to go. Don't start off with a full frontal lace because it's easy. It's easier. It looks easy, but it's not as easy as you think to maintain.
Yeah, they real beautiful, but they real hard to maintain. That is true. Let me see what else the people are talking about. What leave-in creams do you recommend?
As I stated before, I got this Cantu one right here.
And y'all, some of these is not black-owned businesses, and I know we're supposed to be discriminating. I mean, not discriminating. I know we're supposed to be buying black. So there are black-owned businesses that, have things in them too. So go ahead.
And this Bella Curls, this is the one that Nora's been using.
Yeah, and it's been helping me, y'all.
And she uses on her daughter. She's natural too. Have you seen 88's Wash Days? If you haven't watched one of her videos on 88's Wash Day, she got some hair on her. She got some hair.
Don't do 88's hair. Ooh, snappy child. Ooh, y'all see 88, y'all. I've been creating a man. She told me something. She said, what she say? Long or short?
Okay, so it's up to you. That's on your preference for a wig. If you want to do short, like a 27-piece short, is that what you're talking about? Either way, I say long. Long is easy to grab and basically easy to lay if you're going with long and curly. And then another thing is, if it's your first wig, I do recommend as well, if it's your first wig, to go with a curly look. A curly wig. Because it's easier to maintain than a straight. Because straight hair, it does cause problems. Because when you ball up straight hair and you put a tie on it, it's going to create a crease in it. So of course you're gonna have to go back over it and use a flat iron on it and keep it straight and keep that look going. But with curly hair, you literally just wet and go.
That's why I like the curly hair more, Lauren.
Curly hair
because
is
I
the
don't know how to
best.
flat on.
I say you can do curly and short to give you that Jerry curl kind of look, or you can do curly medium, or you can do curly long.
She said I don't want to look like a lion. That's the same thing I said.
That's the same thing.
Girl.
That too.
You gotta be careful.
You gotta be careful.
That's where the water bottle comes in.
That's where this trusty water bottle comes in.
I keep one in my car.
Also a good mousse. I use Lotta Body mousse on my wigs because it doesn't have any alcohol or anything in it, so it doesn't give that dry out feel. And then
no, go ahead and tell them about washing the wigs.
Okay, I use Lotta Body on my curls, and then also a deep conditioner. So we can basically cocktail these two together. I like to cocktail a couple of products. That's my thing that I like to do. My sister was just asking me what cocktailing is. Basically, a cocktail is basically you mixing together the products that basically works for you. You can basically mix a conditioner with a mousse. You can mix a couple oils together. That works as well. Because I like to, me personally, I like to mix peppermint oil with my black castor oil and a little bit of argan oil.
Yes, tell me.
I call it an oil cocktail, baby.
Girl, we finna sell that.
We give it. I might put it together. Okay, let me add the oil cocktail to large luxury haircut.
Oh my God.
Okay, so you can cocktail oils together as well. And you can cocktail products together as well, like a setting product with like a setting lotion or a mousse or something like that. You can actually cocktail that with a deep conditioner because sometimes when you mousse, it does give it that kind of like a hard, it looks wet, but it kind of gives it that hard look. That conditioner will basically counteract that hardness in there, but you will still have your wet look, but with the conditioner softening it up. That's why I like to cocktail.
Yeah, I like the idea of doing a cocktail. So we coming to a close, and I've been enjoying these hair tips because, you know, for us non-hairdressers. Oh, did you already talk about how to wash the wig?
Okay, and also so washing a wig, washing the hair and washing a wig. I always, when I'm washing a weave, I always like to use cold water.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Cold water on your weaves. Because your weaves actually do come with oils on them already. But if you put some hot water on that, that's going to knock all that natural oil out of there. And just as soon as this real hair leaves the actual head, it starts losing its nutrients and its oil. And it can't reproduce its own oils. So you should definitely use a conditioner to wash it if it's curly. And cold water. Cold water. I can't say it enough. If you're washing your weaves, use cold water. Do not use no hot water on your weave. It destroys the hair. And it takes all the oil that it has in it, the little natural oils that it has in it, it strips it all out of it. So use cold water, and then also use an argan oil, an olive oil, or as I stated before,
the BioSilk.
The good old BioSilk.
And you can use it on your ankles.
And you can use it on your ankles as well. Use this, and you don't even use a lot of this at all. You probably use just like about a dime size amount. You use like a dime size amount, and you just rub it together in your hands, and you run it through your hair like this. Because we don't want it to deposit the oil and make it stiff. We just want that shine.
Right.
We just want that shine. You see that?
What happened when you get the stiff? Is it prostitution?
With the stiffness, you can't do nothing to solve a stiff wig but wash it.
Thank you for telling the people.
Okay.
Some of y'all need to go wash y'all wigs.
Some of y'all gotta wash y'all wig. If you love on your wig should last you a good 2 years.
Wow, 2 years?
I promise. If you love it and treat it with all the care and love, because I love my babies. I treat them like they
talking about y'all animals and y'all babies.
Y'all talking about these is my real babies. My wigs are my babies, okay? Besides my real babies.
Wig babies. Not fur babies, but the wig babies. So to get into the wig business.
Get into this wig, baby. I'm trying to wig my whole family, baby. Listen,
entire family.
If you ain't had a wig, get you a wig.
Oh my God.
You might even say forget your natural after you get you a wig. You might just be putting you 4 Sealy braids in and slapping a wig on after you get
it. Ain't no need to even mess with your real hair.
It ain't no need. My mama used to say, it's just hair.
It's just hair.
And again, it's just hair.
Get into it. Oh my God.
Every time you get a wig from me, you definitely will get you your bonnet.
And then the bag too.
This bag as well.
Did you give him a lash still, or you ain't doing that? Okay.
And your edge wrap. Okay. And this works as well for edge laying period. So if you want to just wear your natural and wrap your edge wrap around it, get your edge wrap. It lays your baby hairs down perfectly and they don't move out of place. Because a lot of people have a time laying baby hair. It ain't easy as it look.
No, it's not. Girl, my wig was so flicked. When I came back to your house, I'm like, help, the baby hair went nuts. I said, don't give me no more baby hair because I can't do it. We can't do it. Well, you've been bought a very, very exclusive programming today. Y'all was supposed to pay me 99 cents. I'll let y'all in here for free, honey, to come and watch this slay. So if you don't go away from this video being able to slay your hair some type of way, then you wasn't watching properly, because she's spilled all the tea, all the secrets on how to do wigs, natural hair, everything. She said, but my hair is bunchy, child. It don't look no worse than me in eights. I'm sure we can slay your hair for you to come on down and get slayed. You already know. With a wig
and a big purse, with a good purse. Can't nobody tell you nothing.
Who used to tell us that? Ain't Linda though.
Yeah, Ain't Linda used to tell us that all the time. With a big purse and a
big old wig.
They can't tell you nothing.
The bigger the wig, the closer to Jesus, honey. That's how I say it. The bigger my purse, the bigger the wig, the closer to Jesus. And my husband tell me, girl, you need to take the wig. No, honey, you met me in the wig. I'm going to die in the wig. When I die, y'all better put the biggest wig y'all can find on me.
Don't let me up in my casket with my
real hair out. No, honey, I want the biggest wig that can find. Because I think your hair fall out anyway. But anyway, y'all have been slayed this evening by the best. Y'all go follow her on Instagram, Facebook, and she also has a Facebook page that is going to be doing big things, because I'm going to make it do big things. So y'all follow her, like, and share this video. Share it to your friends, your family, your cousins, your enemies, your frenemies. They need to know how to do their hair, okay? Bald-headed girls need to learn. Okay. So anyway, y'all have a great evening. Lars, anything else you want to say to the people before we go? Any last minute tips?
No, just once again, get you a wig and feel beautiful. Okay, feel luxurious.
All right. All right, ladies. Thank y'all so much. And once again, like, share, and comment. Y'all have a good night. Bye.